Hi there, welcome to the reading portion of Power Up for this week. I'm Maude Garrett, joined by Trisha Hirschberger, and it is a guest week, which means we've got the wonderful William HAYNES on to talk about what he is currently reading. And I'm very interested to talk about the bro code and bro on the go. Well, what's this about?
Well, of course, I'm a grown man now. I'm not a little boy anymore, and I need a novel to live by. The Bro Code is by my role model, Barney Stinson. He knows everything there is to know about getting girls and keeping them.
Oh boy.
And this book is filled with it's filled with all kind of information on how to be like the best like genius billionaire playboy philanthropist you can ever be. Oh, of course, like Article 59. A bro must always post bail for another bro unless it's out of state or like crazy expensive.
So hold on, is it a parody because it's based on a fictional character? And can we talk about the fact that this fictional character is incredibly problematic?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my God. Barney Stinson. Yeah, it's written by Barney Stinson and what's the other guy's name? Khan is his last name. Matt Khan. So yeah, Barney Stinson. As a 15-year-old, I thought Barney Stinson was the most hilarious thing in the world, but he is the literal devil. Like I couldn't tell you anything good about the character other than the fact
we all have that one friend, and if you have to warn your female friends about your guy friend, why the fuck are you friends with that guy friend?
You gotta warn your male friends. And the reason that he's able to get away with it is because the things he says about women are like it's obviously like so overdone and theatric. It's because I had to really think about it. It's because obviously Neil Patrick Harris is gay in real life. And what's so funny about it is because you have to look at it from the perspective of him lying. And he sounds like a dude who's lying about all the girls he gets on the show, because like you do see them on the show, but like he's always like, oh yeah, dude, I just had a threesome with like 8 supermodels. And it's hilarious, like he's lying. But the reason why I love Barney Stinson is because he definitely stole that character from one of my favorite shows, Frasier. Nils, Frasier's brother, Nils is also gay in real life, and he plays a character who always talks about his wife. And he always and you never see the wife. And he always says, oh, Maris, today I was cleaning her horses. And he tells these long, hilarious stories about how terrible his wife is. But the audience knows that he doesn't really have a wife. He's into dudes. Yeah, and that's why it's hilarious. So I'm pretty sure Neil Patrick Harris saw that. And when they had this character, he took it and turned it up to 1 million. And I bought that book. And my other book, of course.
It's like thing though, where it's like, people that understand he's a problematic character get it, but the people that need to know that it's a problematic character are seeing him and idolizing him.
Oh yeah, and a little boy. Yeah,
I guess that's true. I feel like I'm with Will. I feel like Barney is so over the top that like anyone with half a brain cell would know that this is a parody character making fun of that type of person.
Yeah,
but I guess
I never worry about people that have the half a brain. It's the people that don't have.
You're right though. And I can talk to you about that a lot because I have, I'm very serious about film, and like, you can parody such a thing in such a way like that it lives. Like, I don't want to get y'all demonetized and stuff, but like, there's like a Mel Brooks's Springtime for Hitler, where he took Hitler and made him like this crazy like dancing character, and you can't take that out of context and be like, oh, Hitler's so cool. He looks so bad in that. It's unable for the serious problematic people to take that footage and be like, this is our hero. Whereas you have other heroes who use that type of symbolism to make a point about it, but they make it in such a way that the original people who really do believe those things can use it for their nefarious ideas. But Barney, if you play Barney out of context, he sounds like an idiot no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, so I will say from an LA perspective with a lot of friends who are female actors, I loved the way his character was written because so many of my friends got on that show for 2 seconds just to be the girl at the bar that like throws water in Barney's face that one time.
And don't forget, I don't know if you knew, Matthew Bowman, the creator of Table Talk, was on How I Met Your Mother as the hibachi chef, just his hands.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's a scene where, I think it's the Ducky Tie episode, where I think there's like, they needed a white person who knew how to do hibachi chef. And because Barney's like, I could do that. So it's Bowman's hands.
Wow, that's an amazing story.
Yay, Bo!
Yeah. When that happened in 2014, I was like, oh shit, my favorite show. It's Bowman.
Are you reading the book or have you read the book?
I've read the book. I'm just kidding. I just was like, what do I have on me that I could show? I was like, also I could show my Hillary Clinton.
Oh, I've got Becoming Michelle Michelle Obama that I really want to watch. Mum gave that to me for Christmas, and
I have to read more because I saw the other guy that you had on here. He mentioned Star Trek novels.
Oh, Hector.
Hector, yeah. When he said that, I was like, there are Star Trek novels? So I had to look it up, and I asked my uncles. I was like, so have you read them? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, are any of them good? And he was like, I was like, I still might do it, though. I still might totally read one.
Now's the time.
I have the time, yeah.
Speaking of time, we've got time for some questions right now. We'll bring in Amy for a little bit of bums away. What questions have we got for Will?
So this one is, once again, from Patreon. Go to patreon.com/geekbomb. This one's from Steven Summers. You are such a creative guy with a lot of interest. What do you want your career to be going forward?
Thank you. Wow. That's thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I've had a lot of time to think about that because I've been here at my family's house, and I've really reflected. So when I was 17 years old, my dad made me move to Los Angeles.
I didn't know that. Oh, we lost
Oh
you.
no, we got a frozen Will. And you're back.
Just when you were 17.
Yeah, when I was 17, my dad made me move to Los Angeles. Like I wanted
You
to
have
be
a show dad?
Huh?
You have like a show dad?
No, my dad. Like he.
No. A show dad is like, I'm gonna make my.
Oh, like a stage mom.
Yeah, like a show mom.
I always make fun of him. You see toddlers in tiaras, and the moms are in the back telling them exactly how to do it. My dad was like that for me as a filmmaker. My dad was like, you are going to be a filmmaker. And luckily for him, I was low-key interested in it at 17. I just saw Inception. I was like, Christopher Nolan's awesome. I was like, so my dad made me go to film school. I've talked about it before. It's quite a crazy story. But when I was 17 years old and he made me go to LA, I had all of these dreams and aspirations. You know, it was before YouTube was big. And looking back now, I can honestly say I had achieved what I wanted. Like, if I could sit down right now with 17-year-old me and tell him all of the things that I've gotten into, he'd be like, oh, wow, you did all of the stuff that I wanted to do. So I've really I really could sit here and be patient and be like, oh, just live the rest of my life. But I sat here and thought about what it is that I want. And I was literally thinking of it earlier today as I was driving. I thought of 3 people who have done what it is that I want to do for this next chapter of my life. And that is Kevin Hart, Will Smith, Drake, and Dave Chappelle.
Comedy and acting?
Yeah. Will Smith and Kevin Hart are pretty much the same thing in my personal opinion. But Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Will Smith, and Drake. I want to spend time of my life as a person who creates music, and that's super easy. I already got that in the bag. The thing that I always think about, I watched some TED Talk by The Rock, and he said that after WWE, he went to his agent, and he said, I want Will Smith's career, but bigger. And that fool did it. The Rock does not know what movie he's in. Is this the one with the ape, or is this the one he's just running on green screen? Is this Jumanji 3, or are we working on the 4th? So I want my career. I want what The Rock has, but like half of that. I want 1/8 of the muscle, and I want half of the career, because what holds me back in my filmmaking is, like I said, I went to film school. I really care about the art of film, and I think that holds me back from being what the world wants from me. Like, I think the world wants me to be like Will Smith and Kevin Hart, and you make 10 movies a year, and they're all like, you know, one of them was like really, really good. But me as a person who like went to film school and like studied, I'm like, no, you need to be like Daniel Day-Lewis and be a method actor. But for this next chapter of my life, till I'm like 35 or whatever, you know, the next 8 years or so, 9 years or so, I want to chase those things.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think, you know, the thing I struggle with is just like knowing what I'm working towards. And when you have the goal, you can actually make decisions and do things that are heading towards that.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to be doing acting though.
Yeah. It's tough because the media is different than it's ever been. When I went to film school in 2011, Netflix was like not even that cool. And then you'd say 5 years after that, Netflix was the coolest thing in the world. Like if you had a show coming out on Netflix in 2015, 2016, everyone was going to know. But when I went to film school in 2011, traditional television was the thing. I went because I wanted to be on traditional television. We've gotten to a point in media where I cannot tell you the difference, like between someone who's from TikTok or someone who's from a network television show. Like the type of audience that you gain from it.
Well, one of them's media trained.
Yeah, well, one of them is media trained, like, you know, I mean, like, traditional media are always traditional media people are always going to be better looking, and they're always going to actually know how to do stuff. But media is in such a certain point. Like, I was driving in LA the last time I was in LA, and I saw a billboard that looked like a narrative series for a movie, but it was for Facebook. So I'm like, I'm at a point where I'm like, what is it do I do? Do I want to try to be on a network television show? Do I want to try to be on a Netflix show? Do I want to try to be on a Disney Plus show? Is my goal to be on a streaming service? So yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out in my career.
I can see you doing one of those like scripted shows that focus and are around your life. I can see that happening big time.
Oh, like like a Seinfeld or something like that.
Yeah, like a 22-minute where it's just There's a few of them actually on Netflix that comedians have been asked to write, which is kind of like, you know, a portion of their life, but obviously in a fictionalized way. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, I wish that, I could definitely make like a single camera show like that.
Professional best friend. That's fucking funny.
Well,
the conversation that we had at the start.
What were we saying?
Like being the professional best friend.
Oh, yeah. A show about my life. Yeah. I mean, Darren and I shot a pilot at Headgum Studios where I was like a radio show host, like, you know, in current times and like, you know, my life around that. But yeah, I wish that you could still have sitcoms. If you could still have a live audience, if that was still popular, oh my God, I would be killing it right now. I think being able to be an actor, I mean, you know,
there are definitely still sitcoms. You just need the in to get in the audition room, which is so much of the battle in Los Angeles.
But nobody likes the sitcoms that are out now.
That's because it's like, I know what you mean. That fake laugh track kind of.
Oh yeah, that didn't age well.
There are good laugh tracks and bad laugh tracks. For instance, like that 70s show, the laugh track on it is like the characters are laughing at jokes between cutscenes, and you're like, how would you have known? But then there are shows like Friends where I cannot stand it. I'm like, I remember when I used to live with Darren and he and Ava used to watch it in the other room. It was so loud. I'm like, that is not that funny. It's not that funny. And they're screaming. The girls in their audience are screaming. I'm like, it's not that funny.
The 90s. Did we get a Twitch question? That was no.
We have one more from Twitch. A classy librarian asks, if you could give any advice to your young self, pre-source-fed Will, what would you say to him?
My most toxic trait, like, I think this is the most negative thing that I do that I know that I do, is I think about all the time what I would do if I could go back in time. And it doesn't help me at all because you can't change the past. And if you did change the past, the future would be different. But I think about it all the time and I fantasize all the time. Like my fantasy is the day SourceFed ended, I wish I could go back to, what was that, March 2017 and do my life over since then, it would be crazy. But yeah, the truth is, if you went back in time and told yourself something, life wouldn't come out the way you would, and you wouldn't end up learning all the things you wanted, and then people would be dead, and you'd be like, oh no, I killed them because I went back in time. This is a movie I got in my head. But what I would tell myself, 2014, as a 20-year-old, 20-year-old, if I can go back in time. See, I joke about this with my friends all the time. Like, I always say Kid William Haynes is overpowered because the thing is, I actually did know what I was doing when I was younger but what the advice that I needed was that I didn't really love myself. But I learned it eventually once somebody else told me. And I needed someone else to tell me, so I really couldn't tell this to myself because then it would have been narcissistic. But I think the one thing that me in 2014, I just didn't feel like I was beautiful. I didn't feel like I had anything to offer to the world. And I thought that I was a burden to the world for most of my life. And you really couldn't tell that knowing me now because I've really let it all go. But if I could go back in time and tell myself something, I would tell myself to love you, and you don't need anyone else to fuel that love inside you, which is what I know now. And I'm so
I love you, Will.
I love you too, Maude. I love all you guys.
Will, you're the best. I feel like back then, I probably told you that I loved you daily when you were there.
Oh yeah.
You called Nate and me mom and dad forever.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so sweet. I was telling you to love you.
Yeah. And you caught me in that time. Oh yeah, I used to. I loved you guys so much, and you were really such the mom to all of us too, Trisha. Like, it was ridiculous. But one of my favorite YouTubers, it's so irrelevant, but like one of my favorite YouTubers uploaded this clip of just a bunch of theater actors singing this clip. Wow! And I was like, what is this from? So I showed my theater actor uncle, and he was like, oh, it's from Jesus Christ Superstar. And I was just remembering when Nate did that way back in the day.
He did. Yeah. Did you come see that? I know Steve did.
I did, and I really wish I had. So I want to know how he hit that why.
Oh, someday. Just get a couple drinks in my husband, and someday he'll do it for you. We need to, once this is all lifted, we need to all go out and have a big group karaoke night.
Yeah.
I mean, it reminded me of the cut to a clip with the. Do you remember the cut to a clip where it was always the you don't remember? All of like 2016, every time it was cut to a clip, it was the stage production where the man was basically like birthing himself.
Oh my God, I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Do you remember? No. Oh my gosh, every time in a table talk we were like, cut to a clip, and it would be like a second of the.
Apparently Chad is saying it was a screaming butthole.
Yeah, the screaming butthole. Yeah.
Okay, how could you not remember this? Like,
go back and watch some more table talks, you'll see it.
Wow, that is special. That is, you know what else has been special? William Haynes on Power Up this week.
Thank you guys. I love the show so much.
Yay! Will, it has been such a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much.
Longest Power Up to date.
I have no idea how long it's been. I lost my phone minutes before we started, so.
So everybody's trying to contact you right now, and we've been monopolizing all of your time.
Probably. My family.
That could definitely.
44 seconds.
It's been how long?
1 hour, 33 minutes, and 44 seconds.
Wow. Yeah, no, went down. Well, it's been so nice. Like I said, I've been watching all your episodes because it's so relaxing for some reason to see my friends talk to each other. And I really enjoy it. So it was really nice to get to be on here. Thank you guys.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. If you are watching this live, thank you so much for obviously getting those questions in. If you're watching this after the fact, don't forget that there are 3 episodes, so make sure, or 4, including the interview. So make sure you watch all of those. Subscribe so you don't miss out on those. And William, where can people see the content that you're going to get up to and the fun stuff that you're doing?
Or watch me on William Haynes TV. I'm going to upload some videos on there. I just made my video about me stalking my ex-stalker, Lauren Sabino. So go ahead and check that video out. And William Haynes TV, YouTube, Instagram, William Haynes, at William Haynes.
Perfect.
Yay.
Thank you so much for that. And Amy, thank you so much for wrangling us and keeping us in check.
Yep.
Always appreciate that. William, looking good. All right, thank you so much, guys. We'll be back next week where Trisha and I will share our power. Bye.
Bye.